Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful one, Hooked, the brutally honest memoir by football legend Paul Merson. And let me tell you, this is so much more than a book about football. It's the story of a 30-year war with addiction and the incredibly tough journey to find a way out. Right from the very first page, Merson hits you with this. I mean, what a line. It just immediately sets the stage for a story that goes way, way beyond the football pitch, deep into the reality of a life lived in the grip of addiction. So to really get this story, you have to understand that Paul Merson was basically living two completely different lives at the exact same time. There was the man everyone saw on TV, the hero, and this slide just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the legend. I mean, look at that list of achievements. That's the dream, right? But then you pull back the curtain and you see the other side, a man fighting a devastating 3-decade battle with alcohol, drugs, and gambling, a battle that pushed him right to the very edge. This, of course, brings up a massive question. It's the one so many of us ask when we hear stories like this, and it's really at the absolute heart of his book. You know, it's a question he asked himself constantly, for years and years. Why can't I just use my willpower and stop this? The answer he finally found is, well, it's a complete game changer, and it's a cornerstone of recovery. He finally came to understand that addiction isn't a moral failing. It's not about being mad and bad. It's about being ill. And his analogy here is so blunt, but it makes the point perfectly, doesn't it? It's an illness, a powerful one that you can't just wish away. And this illness, he explains, traps you in this horrible, vicious cycle. It starts with an insane compulsion, an urge you feel powerless to resist. And right after that comes this wave of crushing self-hatred and shame. So how did he escape those terrible feelings? By turning right back to the addiction to numb the pain. And the whole thing just starts all over again. You can only imagine the toll that living in that cycle for decades takes on a person. The cost was, well, it was unimaginable, and he lays it all out with painful honesty. Just to put one part of it into perspective, he has a chapter in the book simply called 7 million pounds. That's what he estimates he lost to gambling alone. It's a staggering figure, but believe it or not, that was just the money. Because as he makes so clear, the emotional cost was so much worse. This quote, it just says it all. Imagine carrying that constant, crushing weight of shame and despair with you every single day. The addiction just left a trail of total destruction in its wake. We're talking lost houses, his entire pension fund gone, immense damage to his family and relationships. It eroded everything, including his very will to live. Okay, so how on earth do you break free from something that powerful? Thankfully, the book doesn't just leave you in the darkness. The story pivots, and it starts to talk about the solution, the lifeline he was finally able to grab onto. This became his daily mantra. You might recognize the Serenity Prayer. For him, it became this crucial tool. And the key thing is, it wasn't about fighting harder. It was about finding peace and acceptance in a life that had felt completely out of control. And from that place of acceptance, he started building his recovery toolkit. It started with surrender, admitting he was sick and couldn't win this fight alone. Then a huge one, talking about it, sharing his struggle instead of hiding it. He found an incredible community in meetings like AA and Gamblers Anonymous. And he learned to live by that core principle. Just focus on today, just one day at a time. And all of that brings us to the book's ultimate takeaway. It's not about the past, it's about the present. It's a message of incredible hope, and really, it's a plea for all of us to have a little more understanding. This right here, this might be the most important sentence in the entire book. He's asking every single one of us to make this vital shift in how we see things. It's about separating the illness from the individual who is suffering. You see, his goal in writing this book was never to brag about his football days. His real goal was to offer a lifeline. He says that if his story can help just one other person out there feel less alone and find a way forward, that would be a bigger win than any trophy he ever lifted. And that message, that desire to help, is exactly why we share stories like this. If this look into Hooked was helpful for you, if it gave you some hope, please give this a like and subscribe to our channel. Because as Paul Merson's journey teaches us, we all need to remember, you are not alone.